Season of the debut cricket league. We are coming live from Sports Garden here in Bangalore, where the stage is set for an intense showdown between Color Cavaliers and Paint Panthers. It's a double header Tuesday, and we've got started with the first game of the day. In fact, we are more than halfway through the first innings. Paint Panthers have won the toss and they've decided to bat first. They've made a solid start to their innings. They've only lost 2 wickets and have posted 107 runs in 18.2 overs. Color Cavaliers had to work really hard, but they've done well to pick up 2 wickets, but they have to keep pushing on. They have to keep pushing on. They got back to winning ways on laid down a solid foundation. They went wicketless for the first 10 overs, and the two openers have started off well. And now Dwevat has moved to his 50, and he's looking really, really good out there. Nicely driven down the ground, straight to the fielder. Quick single taken. So Sairam has just been a little bit expensive. The bowling, I feel, could have been a little bit more penetrative from Color Cavaliers. Hoping for some early wickets up front, and that has not happened. But they still have a chance of restricting Paint Panthers to to below 180. Now that has been clipped away on the leg side. There's a fielder in the deep and a good throw from the youngster there. Just 11 overs to go after this. What's the score Paint Panthers have in mind? I think that's going to be the question. Will they be happy with a score of 180 or 190? Probably not. Last ball, second last ball of the over, cut away straight to the fielder at point. Projected score is 175 if they go at this rate. I'm sure they'll be looking for more runs. Now that has been cut away, but there's a fielder in the deep, and they'll just keep it down to a single. End of the over. It's 111 for 2 after 19. So Lagan will continue. He's bowling his third over. He's picked up a wicket. Certainly, he's had an impact with the ball, but his side needs more wickets. Color Cavaliers, if they want to pull things back, they need to pick up few more wickets. Just 11 overs to go. We haven't seen Paint Panthers struggling. Pulled away on the leg side, and easy single for Dwevat. So at the moment, Agni Tej and Dwevat just forming a partnership. They're doing it in singles at the moment. But somebody has to just break from the shackles a little bit here. Good use of the feet, driven through the offside, and good piece of work by the fielder in the deep. It'll just be a single there. Projected score at this rate will take them to 175. I get a feeling they'll probably try to aim a lot higher. At the moment, they're just not able to manufacture those big shots. At times, they're hitting the ball straight to the fielder, and really, they're getting runs, but not at a very steady rate. Low full toss this time. Has he put that away? Yes, it's into the gap. Possibly a misfield by the fielder in the deep, and it's a four. A welcome boundary. And Dwevat has delivered. A low full toss was asking to be put away, and Dwevat had all the time in the world to put that away with ease. He did not look in any trouble whatsoever. And that boundary will just sort of improve the scoring rate a little bit. Now it's almost crept up to 5.95. So they want to ensure Paint Panthers that they're not far in terms of current run rate. They should be in excess of 6. Now we are just experiencing a slight stoppage in play because I think it's Dweber who's getting his shoelaces done, and we should be good to go, I guess. And that will be the end of the over. A single to finish the over. It's 119 for 2 after 20. So just 10 overs to go. And 119 is not a bad score by any means after 20 overs. They've lost 2 wickets. So they've got the firepower in the middle order. And they'll be looking for a strong finish, an explosive finish, which can take their score to 200. I don't think they'll be happy if they end up with a score of 170 or 180. If they get it above 200, if they manage to cross the 200 run mark, then I think they would probably feel that they have a competitive score on the board. Sairam to continue. Wicketless so far. Nicely played. Plays it very late, straight to deep third. And single should take them to 119. Flicked away on the leg side. Now, has he found the gap? Yes, he has. I think that's the first boundary of Agnitej's innings. Nicely put away. I think Sairam got it too straight on that occasion. And Agnitej, all he had to do was get some bat on it and tickle it fine. He did that in some style. And Sairam continues to be quite expensive today. He's not had a good day with the ball so far. He's gone for a few runs. And that boundary just lifts the scoring rate. And it's now above 6 runs per over. And the projected score also creeps up along with it. 182 is the projected score. But as I said earlier, they will not be too pleased with themselves if they manage to get to only 180. They should be aiming a lot higher. Now he's hit that in the air and no chance. Gone down. I don't think Agnitej looked in total control. He tried to hit that in the air. Wasn't the greatest timing. And the fielder, I think, was too close. The mid-off fielder should have probably been on the edge of the 30-yard circle, and then the ball would have possibly settled into his hands. But Agnitej gets away with it. A lifeline given. Dwayworth on strike. Down the leg side. Straight to deep fine leg. Now, was there some bat involved? We'll have to wait and see. I think there was some bat involved. No, I'll take back my words. It's a wide down the leg side and additional run as well. Another wide this time on the offside. So sad. I'm just struggling with his control a little bit. Chips it in the air, but safe. And down to deep third once again. Will take a single. Sweeps it away. I think he probably got a bottom edge on that one. Down to fine leg. And at the moment, they've got the acceleration in this over. Paint pan flow of runs and pick up wickets. Then there has to be a better game plan from their point of view. Use of the field this time, chips it in the air. Was not in total control of that shot by any means, but it landed safely in no man's land. And they take a single, but now the scoring rate has significantly improved. It's now almost touching 6.5. So they've decided, Dwayvat and Agnitesh, that they will go after the bowlers. They will put the foot down. Now that's a pretty loopy full toss. That's been slogged away down the ground, and it will be a boundary. Bonus runs this for Dweworth and for Paint Panthers. We'll have to wait and see if that's a legal delivery because it was certainly high, looked like it was above the waist height. But that's 68 runs for Dweworth, the top scorer for Paint Panthers in this inning so far, striking at over 110 boundaries. So certainly he's done some damage with the willow, and he's not done yet. Low full toss this time. This time he could not quite capitalize on it. Last ball of the over. They've got 10 runs of this over. A big over for them. Make it even bigger now because that was pretty high. I think it could be deemed a no ball. Looks like it has been. Yes, no ball and a free hit. So Mayank is not done with his over yet. And the partnership, look at the third wicket partnership, 55 runs in 38 balls. It has come at a very, very good time for Paint Panthers. Now, free hit ball. It has to go. Oh, he missed out. Hits it down the ground. Oh, he's found the gap as well. A terrific shot. And what a way to end the over. It's 148 for 2 after 22. And Paint Panthers seem to be on a roll. They are smashing boundaries at will. They've really put the foot down on the accelerator. And tough times really for Color Cavaliers. I feel for their bowlers, they're just not able to contain the onslaught. Big over this, 16 runs coming off this over, and the previous over, 14 runs came off it. So in the last two overs, they've got 30 runs. They've got 30. Would you believe it? That's a staggering number. Now, the captain of Color Cavaliers, what is he thinking? What's going on in his mind? Because they have certainly been taken aback. They've been blown away by this onslaught. 30 runs in the last two overs. And, the last passage of play has only begun. 202 is the projected score now. See how quickly it jumped. The projected score jumped to 202. A couple of overs ago, it was down to 180. This is what power hitting can do to you. Few big overs and then you just take the game away. Now Pratik into the attack and he's flicked that one away. Dwevat only he'll get a single there. So Pratik has been pretty underutilized. He's a very skillful bowler. He bowled with the new ball, but I would want to see him bowl more overs and possibly break this partnership, which is really beginning to threaten uh, Color Cavaliers. Yorkerland delivery, but he does really, really well. He strikes it well, but oh, brilliant piece of fielding in the deep. Certainly saves a boundary for his side because that ball was heading towards the boundary for a four, and that couple will bring up the 150 for Paint Panthers. 151 it is after 22.2 overs. And I'll tell you, the Panthers are in a very good position at this stage, and they're now starting to accelerate, which is even better. Slogs it away high in the air and just over the mid-off fielder, and it'll trickle all the way to the boundary for a four. That was a cracking shot on the up. He had no intentions of keeping the ball on the ground. He just went through with the shot and just got enough really to clear the fielder at mid-off. And with the mid on and mid off up, that shot was ultimately a safe enough shot, really. Score moves on to 155 now. 7 runs in 3 balls. Oh, just missed out on that. Great piece of fielding by the inner ring fielder there. And what has happened there? The square leg umpire, he seems to be having a chat with the bowler and he has signaled no ball. What is happening here? Color Cavaliers really struggling here big time. It's another no ball this. Not sure what's the reason, but the signal came from the square leg umpire. Possibly it may be due to fielding infringement. There may have been extra fielders outside the inner ring, but all in all, Color Cavaliers not really helping themselves on the field. They're leaking runs, and now they're not being disciplined enough. Now, where has that gone? He's really given that a whack, but he's not got hold of it. Not entirely out of the middle of the bat. Will be an easy couple of runs, I reckon, for Panthers. Look at that, 14 boundaries hit so far in this match. No sixes. Ideally, I would want to see a six from either of the two batters. We've seen lots of boundaries, but we've not seen those sparkling fireworks just yet. We could be in for a treat though. We've got 7 overs to go after this one. Nicely balled, a Yorkerland delivery into the block hole, driven down the ground towards long on. So runs keep coming thick and fast. Look at the partnership. It's now worth 70 runs. The partnership is also growing from strength to strength. Runs are coming quite effortlessly now. And they're able to find boundaries regularly every over. Nicely driven. And I think he's found the gap, possibly, maybe not. But they're coming back for the second. They have to hurry. Oh, that's great piece of running between the wickets from Dharvat and Agnitej. Another big over for Paint Panthers comes to an end. It's 161 for 2 after 23. So Mohit comes back into the attack. Yeah, he's one of the wicket takers from Color Cavaliers. He's been amongst the wickets, balled economically, very economically, I should say, going at 5 runs per over. But now he's side hunting for wickets, really. They really have to break this partnership because they cannot allow this partnership to evolve into something far more sinister. Already more than 70 runs has been added by this pair. Projected score has gone all the way up to 210. So certainly they're catching up well. Low full toss and oh, just falls short of the fielder there and it'll race away to the boundary for a four. Not a very convincing ball from Mohit first up, but there was an opportunity because Agni Tej had tried to hit the ball in the air and just fell short of the fielder there at short extra cover. Look, you can see he's still down on the ground. He probably realized that there was an opportunity indeed. Nicely tossed up, much better delivery from Mohit, pitching it in the right area. And Agniti is just guiding that one away for a single. Nicely driven this time, just wide of the fielder there into the gap, but will not go all the way. Another single taken. So boundary of the first ball and now a couple of singles. So six of three balls. So this is how they're accelerating. They're trying to rotate the strike and then they're managing to hit a boundary or two every over. And they're scoring consistently at around 10 runs per over. So the start of the final stage of the innings has been a positive one. They were lagging just a little bit behind in the middle overs. They did well not to lose too many wickets, but during the middle overs, they just slowed down a fraction. You could sense that, but after 20 overs, they've really put the foot down on the accelerator and they've really put Cavaliers under some pressure. Another quick single stolen there. So, not a very bad over from Mohit. 7 runs coming off it. After that boundary, he managed to pull things back, but he's got to end the over on a positive note. If he concedes a boundary, then his fine over will get ruined. 7 runs of this over so far, one ball to go. Oh, that has been hammered through the offside, but there's a fielder at deep cover. Low full toss, a freebie really given by Mohit, but was not capitalized to its fullest. Only 8 runs coming from that over. It's 169 for 2 after 24. And Pratik into the attack. Good use of the feet, dances down the ground, hits it away on the leg side. Lots of open spaces on the leg side. Should they come back for the second? They do. Excellent running between the wickets. Could be overthrows, could be bonus runs. Now that should have been stopped by Pratik. He was standing far away from the stumps. He should have gathered the ball. But lapses like these will only allow Paint Panthers to thrive and thrive quite effortlessly. The score moves on to 172, and after 20 overs, when we were looking at the projected score, it was probably around 180, 190. Now they've already posted 172, and that's a boundary through the offside, just wide of the fielder at extra cover. Low full toss. There have been plenty of full tosses balled by the Color Cavalry's bowlers, and they have been punished quite ruthlessly by Paint Panthers, and that is the reason why the scoring rate has improved in recent times. Paint Panthers are now scoring aggressively. Scoring rate has gone all the way up to 7.23, and this partnership is now gathering more and more momentum with every passing over. The pair is looking very, very confident, and they're really batting with some positive intent. Score moves on to 176. After 20 overs, the projected score was probably down to 180 or 185, but now they're going to surpass that mark, make it 177. Now there's some confusion there and direct hit, but what has happened there? There's plenty happening. Lost visuals of it, but he's been given out by the on-field umpire, and he's walking back. Partnership has been broken eventually after a lot of damage. Color Cavaliers have been able to pick up a wicket, desperately needed one. They've got that in the form of a run out. So that wicket will also restrict the scoring rate just a little bit. And I think that is what Cavaliers were hoping for. A wicket from somewhere will just stem the flow of runs and it'll give them some respite. But in all likelihood, Paint Panthers will certainly cross the 200 run mark. So it'll be a big run chase though for the men in yellow once they take the field during the second half of the game. Now there's something which is causing a little bit of a hold up. Looks like the umpire is just entering the player details. Hopefully that has been sorted now. Still, the hold up continues, and we're not entirely sure what is causing this hold up. Short and wide this time. He's managed to get some bat on it. It's racing away towards the boundary, and that has been just stopped inches away from the ropes. Good piece of fielding there, but not a great delivery from Pratik. Bowling it way too wide. Was asking to be put away, and it did quite well. Chipped in the air and well short of the fielder at mid off. Still, it's a very big over for Paint Panthers. And they've managed to get 10 runs in this over, make it more runs. Now, that has been cut away, but not entirely into the gap. They'll pick up a single, and that will be the end of the over as well, unless there are overthrows. In fact, there are no overthrows yet. 181 for 3 after 25. So Mohit to continue. He's bowled impressively. Only 2 wickets taken by Colour Cavalry's bowlers. 1 wicket has come in the form of a run out. Last over, it was a fortunate breakthrough. Nicely bowled, very nicely bowled by Mohit. inviting Ronit to play it on the front foot, and that's where he needs to ball consistently. He may not be able to generate turn on every delivery, but if he can land it in the right area, just like that, good use of the feet though. Ronit advancing down the ground and intercepting it almost on the full, picks up a single. The score now moves on to 182, 215, a possibility scoring at 7.18. If they score at this rate, they'll end up scoring 215, which is going to be a very competitive score and will challenge Cavaliers. Color Cavaliers need to win this game, that's for sure, because looking at the head to head record of the two teams, uh, Paint Panthers clearly ahead. They've won two games, whereas Cavaliers, they've only won one game so far. And I think the full tosses is something they need to avoid. The bowlers have bowled far too many full tosses. There have been lapses on the field, and that is the reason why they've not been able to pick up enough wickets. Just we're down to the last 5 overs of this innings. They need to stem the flow of runs, and they can do that by picking up wickets, create those opportunities just like that, ball deliveries like that, a little bit of turn, pitching it in the right area, having Ronit in some degree of discomfort. And he's a Chinaman bowler. And I can tell you, if he can land the ball consistently in the right areas, just outside off stump, that's where he needs to be. On that occasion, he got it a little too straight, nicely played on the back foot, utilizing the depth of the crease. He just has to bowl a little wider, probably fourth or fifth stump channel, and let the ball do the talking. Some balls will grip, some balls will not. There could be some natural variation as well, but you should just be looking to land it in the right area and make the batter play. Now that's a freebie, a low full toss, hit down the ground, over the top of mid on, and a boundary to finish the over. It's 188 for 3 after 26. Dwevat now nearing his milestone. He's 18 runs away from his century. He's batting on 82, scoring at more than a run a ball. 4 overs to go in this innings, and I'm sure Dwevat will have this in the back of his mind. He's not far away from smashing a century. It'll be a breathtaking ton. Uh, It'll be a very, very iconic moment if he gets there. And that century from him will certainly put Paint Panthers on top. They're still on top. I think the last 5 or 6 overs, they've got much needed acceleration. I think in the last 5 overs, they scored 56 and they've lost only one wicket. So they've scored at over 11 runs per over. And Color Cavaliers are searching for solutions, really. The bowlers are under pressure, you can sense that, and they're found wanting on the field. Ashray comes into the attack, underutilized, only 2 overs under his belt. Starts off with a wayward delivery down the leg side. Good pace, good action, and a good length as well. Line was probably not quite right on that occasion. He'll have to re-bowl that. Nicely ball, chipped in the air, and oh, just wide of the fielder at short extra cover. An opportunity created by Ashray could have been his first wicket of the match. Just gets away with it. A tentative shot from Ronit did not look comfortable while facing that ball. Nevertheless, he takes a single, and now Dwevat on strike. What does he do now? Does he take his chances? Or will he try to play a little patiently because he's just nearing his personal milestone? You don't want to throw it away. Cut away this time, and it's into the gap as well. The chase is on by the fielder, but he will give up the chase. That was nicely struck through the offside, through backward point region, and that boundary takes Dwevat's score to 86. He's doing it in some style, and we've seen plenty of boundaries in his innings. It's his 12th boundary of the innings was a half tracker, which deserved to be put away, and he did that quite nicely. Down the leg side, and it'll be another wide. He's balled two wide deliveries down the leg side, and you can clearly sense the pressure building after that boundary. Score now moves on to 195, so they will certainly breach 200 run mark. Could even breach the 220 run mark as well if Herbert stays till the end. Now he's hit that high in the air. This could be a chance. And put down, would you believe it? Herbert had no timing whatsoever on that shot, and he hit that miles up in the air. The fielder at mid on kept running in, did so well to cover good ground, got a hand to it as well, but just could not cling on to the catch. And Dwayworth has been put down on 86. Another lifeline given to Dwayworth. How many lifelines has he got in this match? I don't know. I have not kept a count on it, but he's got a lot of lifelines. Now Ronit on strike. Nicely balled, much straighter this time at the stumps. I think they've simply not balled enough deliveries like that to test the pained Panthers batters. They've not kept it straight enough. They've sprayed it all over the place. They have been erratic with the ball. They've not been consistent enough. Punch of the back foot, slightly uppish. Now has he found the gap? Goes straight to the fielder in the deep there. 9 runs coming off this over. So they're scoring at almost 10 runs every over. And at this rate, they will go on to score 220, 230, which will be a commanding score. Batting first on this venue, a 30 over game, 230 runs on the board. Certainly, you'll feel that you've got a chance. Punch off the back foot through cover region, and a quick single taken. And it could be overthrows as well. Sloppiness on the field, and Cavaliers have gifted another bonus run. And that should be the end of the over as well. After 27, the score moves on to 199. So, correction, the score was 198 and not 199, 2 runs away from breaching the 200 run mark. Just 3 overs to go. And certainly, Paint Panthers have got to move on, and they've scored at a very good rate in recent times, scoring at almost 10. Possibly the last 3 overs, they would want to score at 13 or probably 15 runs every over. And my word, if they do that, they'll get the score all the way up to 250. At the start of the match, the projected score was around 180 or 190, but certainly they've gone past that, and they've got their eyes set on a big score, a massive score. 220 is the projected score at this rate, but I think in all likelihood they're going to surpass that mark. And Color Cavaliers, well, their batters will have to work really hard, and they'll have to dig in. It's going to be a battle for them, no questions about it. Plays it off the back foot through vacant point region. Nicely stopped by the fielder. Score moves on to 199. Down the leg side. Now, has he got any bat on it? No. Wide down the leg side. And that wide will bring up the 200 for Paint Panthers. 200 up for the loss of 3 wickets. We are in the 28th over. And another wide. Should be another wide possibly. Down the leg side. Maybe not. There was a gentle touch on that one. And Arjun gets away with it. It was a very wayward delivery down the leg side. This time much better, but too much turn on that occasion, straight to the fielder, and a good delivery. Dot ball, a precious dot ball. They need these dot deliveries to build pressure. There have not been enough dot deliveries in this innings. Plays it away on the leg side. Quick single taken, and another overthrow. Well, umpire signal dead ball, I think. Now, was that a dead ball? Not sure. There's plenty happening, and the batters have stolen 2 runs. Some poor bit of fielding there by Cavaliers. They're gifting runs away. They've not been agile on the field. There have been lots of overthrows as well. Some dropped opportunities as well. Over the top this time, over extra cover, and they'll take another run. So no boundaries of this over. Just 6 runs coming off it. So not a very bad. If you can close out this over on a positive note, then it won't be a bad over. Chips it in the air down the ground towards mid off, and he can't put that one away. So very tidy over from Arjun comes to an end. It's 204 for 3 after 28. So 2 overs to go. Ghoshal Krishna to ball the penultimate over. And now he just needs to be very tidy and keep the run flow down. Nicely tossed up, good use of the feet, hits it over the top of extra cover. Will it make it to the boundary? No, nicely stopped by the fielder in the deep, saved 2 precious runs for his side, I think. Just a couple to start the penultimate over. Again, Upish. Now he's not got the distance. Chance taken. Look at the reaction from the fielder. He's so pumped up. He's taken that catch quite nicely. Not easy when the ball goes up in the air. And you could see that expression clearly. They needed that wicket. It's a big breakthrough. And Dwevat unfortunately misses out on his century. He's been dismissed on 91. And I'm afraid that'll be the end of his remarkable innings. Ghoshal Krishna picks up his first wicket of the match, and what a time to get a breakthrough. Can just dent Paint Panthers a little bit towards the fag end of the innings, and look at his teammates. They all go and congratulate him, and he's a tired soul, no doubt about it. It's been pretty hot out there. Raghav K, the new batter in, but certainly Dwevat is a tired man after playing that knock. He needs a rest. He deserves a rest. Nevertheless, Paint Panthers need to finish on a high. Their scoring rate has just taken a bit of a hit. And there he is, Dwevat, taking a picture, and that's Mahesh, our organizer, who has done everything possible to make this tournament a huge success. I mean, it's still early days in debut cricket league season two. Nicely tossed up, straight to the bowler. Can't get that away. So just 3 runs coming off this over. Just 2 balls to go, and Payne Panthers are not able to get the acceleration down the ground, and well, he's missed it. He's played all around it, and he's been cleaned up. Krishna gets 2 and 2, and after 28.5 overs, half the side dismissed. Look at that. Pure delight for Ghoshal Krishna. Picks up 2 wickets and only is given away 3 runs. And Paint Panthers are just losing a little bit of steam towards the back end. So that's the end of Ghoshal Krishna's impressive over. Not sure why he was underutilized. Could have picked up wickets during the middle overs, and the scoreline could have looked a lot different. And after 29 overs, Paint Panthers are 207 for 5. Raghav is out there in the middle. He's a very talented all rounder. Balls spin, right arm off spin, and he's a very capable batsman as well. And he'd be hoping that his team gets at least 10 to 15 runs, get to 220 if possible. He's got to he's got to play a role really, and he's got to apply the finishing touches for his side. They need some runs. 207 for 5 is the score after 29 overs. They need to stretch this score to 220 if possible. 207 is not a bad score by any means, but in the last 2 overs, their scoring rate has just gone haywire. Lagan Goda into the attack, bowling the final over. Wider delivery driven, but straight to the fielder at extra cover. Raghav misses out on that. A dot to start the last over. Nicely driven, but it'll find the same fielder once again. So two consecutive dot balls from Lagan. Pressure on Raghav. And this delivery has to go. He's got to take his chances. Short and wide cut away, and once again it finds a fielder, but this time they'll take a run. Now, has it costed him? Well, we'll have a look. Look at that. There was a lot of room on offer. Just could not find the gap. Brilliant piece of fielding, but Raghav decided to take that run. And oh, I think the bowler Lagan could not gather the ball cleanly. Had he collected the ball and thrown it back on the stumps, Raghav would have been short of his ground by some distance. Oh, that's a shocker. And that will help. A couple of wides down the leg side could be more runs. And that ball will take Paint Panthers score to 210. They needed that. They need a little bit of assistance like that. And that will also bring Raghav back on strike. Uses his feet this time. Hoiks it away on the leg side. Will pick up a single. Just two more balls left in this innings. Can they find a boundary? We've not seen a boundary in the last 2 or 3 overs. Bowling has been exceptional, and a direct hit at the bowler's end. Krishan Naveen has sacrificed his wicket and he's got to walk back, and wickets falling in quick succession towards the back end of the Paint Panthers innings. Some come back from Colour Cavaliers towards the fag end, but we should have seen this kind of performance few overs ago. But that has not happened. I think a procession of wickets we are seeing, perhaps a little too late for Colour Cavaliers, but this will give them some confidence. This will give them a lot of confidence heading into the innings interval. They'll feel like they achieved something with the ball, although towards the back end. Now Raga on strike. He's got to go. He really has to go. Last ball of the innings. Paint Panthers on 211. And he's hit that on the leg side. Now, have they taken the second run? Well, they decide against taking the second run, and that will bring the innings to a close. Paint Panthers have put on a solid score of 212 for the loss of 6 wickets. They were exceptional at the start, and even during the middle overs, they're getting a lot of acceleration towards the end. But in the last 3 overs or so, Colour Cavaliers have pulled things back, picked up 4 quick wickets, and that really stalled Paint Panthers' progress towards the end. But 213 is the target for Colour Cavaliers, and it's a big one. They'll have to score at more than 7 runs per over to reach that target. So, a big run chase coming up after the break. So, stay tuned for more action. So, welcome back, everyone. We're gearing up for the run chase, and it's a big run chase coming up. Cavaliers need 213 runs to win in 30 overs. It's a tall ask. By no means it's going to be a straightforward affair. Paint Panthers are in the driver's seat after batting splendidly well. Now it's all down to the bowlers. Vibha and Murali, the two openers for Color Cavaliers out in the middle. Anup will take the new ball and he'll kick off the proceedings in the run chase. He's got to get the match ball first. He doesn't have the ball in hand. There you go. Now he's got the ball. And now he'll go back to his mark. Now, will there be some help for him with the new ball? Here you go. First ball of the run chase coming up. Anup steaming into ball. Oh, a lot of movement there. A lot of away movement for Anup. Encouraging signs. But radar just off target there. The length was ideal. The line could have been a little better. Lots of swing movement there. Much better this time. A little straighter. And Vibha gets beaten on the drive. Good pace as well from Anup. He's bowling at brisk pace and he's getting movement as well. Now, can he get the ball in? We've seen him swing the ball away, but can he get the ball in to the right hander? We'll have to wait and see. Does he have that ability to shape the ball in? Too wide once again from Anup. Couple of wides to start off the run chase. Oh, that's really, really wide. Could have been a no ball as well. Just managed to somehow land it on the pitch. Had it been few centimeters away to the left, and it would have been a no ball. So three wides to start off with. Not the start Anup would have wanted. Now the captain Raghav has a little bit of chat with him, and he switches his mode of attack. He'll ball from round the wicket. Now can he get his radar right from round the wicket? We'll have to wait and see. Yes, gets it really spot on around the off stump line, shaping away. Vibha once again gets beaten. Oh, now that's a pretty high full toss. And he won't get away with it. It's a no ball. After bowling one good delivery, he's bowled a pretty high full toss, completely slipped out of his hand. And unfortunately, Paint Panthers are just gifting runs away. Bowling not quite good. Four extras in this over. And we only had two legal deliveries bowled. Free hit delivery incoming. Can Vibha make the most of it? She misses out again, but I think they'll steal a run in the form of a bye. Good comeback ball, but I think they've stolen a run here, possibly, or maybe not. Vibha stays on strike. This is a good ball and a positive defensive shot from Vibha. Gets right behind that one. We still haven't seen any runs off the bat yet. Lots of extras galore in Anoop's first over. Couple of wides, three wides in fact, a no ball. Chips it in the air. Now, has she got the distance? Where has that gone? I think it's gone straight into the hands of the fielder. Has it? No. I think it's just fallen short of the fielder there. First signs of aggression from Vibha. Wanted to really take him downtown. Last ball of the first over. And she gets that one away. How nicely she's played that. Gets it into the gap. Will not go all the way to the boundary. And a single to finish the first over. Vibha will have strike for the next over as well. It's 5 for none after one. So Anup was very wavered in his first over, although he conceded 5 runs, but he was all over the place. It was probably a 10 or 12 ball over. Now it will be Preetham from the other end who will share the new ball. Vibha will be on strike once again. She's she's been beaten on multiple occasions past the outside edge, and now wide down the legs. Excellent take by the keeper there. Certainly saved boundary for his side. Nicely balled. Much straighter at the stumps. Straight to Raghav at short extra cover. Should be another wide down the leg side. Yes, possibly is. So the opening bowlers from Paint Panthers have not started off well. In a not so ideal fashion, they've conceded lots of extras, lots of wides. Down the leg side now. Was there something involved? Was there a faint touch? I probably think there was. And I think Preetham will get away with it. Yes, it's a dot ball. Left alone this time. Interesting shot selection from Vibha. Probably she should have had a go at that one. Punched off the back foot. A bit of an awkward bounce there. But Vibha does well to get on top of it. Still, she's not able to score freely. She's not got the acceleration. It's been a hard fought stay for Vibha at the crease. faced 10 deliveries. She's been beaten on numerous occasions. She's not been able to put bat on ball consistently enough. Misses out again. Murali at the other end will be itching to take the strike. That's for sure. And it's going to be difficult for Vibha facing the likes of Preetham, who's bowling at very quick pace, back of a length. But she's looked good on the front foot though. Whenever the balls are much straighter at the stumps, her defense has looked pretty solid. But anything wide, outside off stump, she's struggled. She's struggled to put bat on ball. Down the leg side, and some extra runs conceded by the bowlers. We've already seen lots of wides in this run chase. And first ball by Murli faced, and it'll be a dot to finish the second over. It's 10 for none after two. So this is a very slow start from Color Cavaliers. Just one run off the bat, and the rest of the runs coming in the form of extras. So we've seen nine extras and one run off the bat. Surely, Vibha and Murli will need to come up with a game plan. We need to bat with a little bit of intent. Misses out on that occasion. Once again, misses out. Vibha, we've been talking about that, how good she has been when the balls are pitched at the stumps. When the ball is around the stumps, she's looked good. But anything outside, whenever there's width on offer, she's just not been able to connect. And there's been very little feet movement as well, especially when the balls are a little wider. You got to move your feet proactively. This time a lot wider. Will be a wide. Extra is not helping, and that's possibly the last ball. A little bit of movement in the air, but the line not quite right. Misses out on the drive again. Now, how many deliveries Vibha has missed outside off stump? She's struggling. Vibha certainly needs to get a move on. Just one run. She's faced 15 deliveries down the leg side. Vibha had shuffled across. If she stayed in her position, that would have hit her pads.
She's been able to block the balls well, anything that's pitched up at the stumps. But outside off stump, she has missed quite a number of deliveries, and that will be another wide. Three wides in this over from Anup. So the run flow has been down, but Paint Panthers will be disappointed that their bowlers have given away a lot of extras. We have seen a lot of extras. Let me just see the count. Sailing well over Murali's head. We'll take another look, but it's a no ball, and this over is proving to be a touch costly. Look at that, just slipped out of his hands, and Murali had to really jump in the air to get some bat on it, but he just could not scoop it over the keeper's head. I think that is what he was looking to do, looking to scoop it over the keeper's head. But we have seen lots of extras, 13 extras and counting. Free hit delivery coming up. Uses his feet wide. Free hit delivery to continue. Only one run off the bat, and look at the number of extras. Absolutely staggering. Five extras conceded. Four wides and one no ball. So this is one thing they need to work on. How can they limit the extras? And what a delivery! Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Anup gets it right, balls it at the stumps, and Murali plays all around it. He goes for a duck, a three-ball duck, and he'll be disappointed with himself the way he got out. There was absolutely no need to play that shot. Possibly there was pressure building because Vibha had consumed a lot of dot deliveries and he had to take the attack to the bowler. But while doing so, he's made a mess of his stumps and he's got to go for a duck. And Paint Panthers have struck early. It's 16 for 1. Correction. I probably thought that was a legal delivery. It was a free hit delivery. So I have to take back my words. Unfortunately, it's not a wicket yet for Anu, but that was a good ball, a good comeback ball. Eh, In a free hit delivery, when you're under pressure, he balled really well, almost gets it through his defenses on that occasion. And Murli will remain not out on zero for the time being. It's 16 for none after three. So Murli and Vibha will need to score runs off the bat. The only reason why Color Cavaliers have been afloat is because they've received plenty of assistance in the form of extras, lots of no balls and wides, helping them stay alive in this run chase. But we need to see some contribution off the bat from Murli or from Vibha. Vibha especially because she's faced 16 balls and she's been beaten on several occasions past the outside edge of her bat, and she struggled against deliveries outside off stump. Oh, now this time closer to her body, and she does well to negotiate it. Clips that one away on the leg side. Will she come back for the second? She should. She managed to hit that into the gap. No, just a single. She just takes a single. So she's looked good when the balls are balled a little straighter at her body. But anything outside, well, she's just swung her bat at it and she struggled really. Now Murli on strike. Can he start scoring some runs for his side? Can he hit the ground running? He's faced four balls. He hasn't got off the mark. This time he will. On the leg side, clips it away. It's trickling away towards the boundary, and it will be a four. First boundary of the run chase, and Murli opens his account with a four. Just a gentle flick of the wrists. Pure timing and pure placement. There was a fielder at square leg, but he managed to hit it just wide of him and just gentle touch, really. And that's all you need on an outfield like this, which is pretty quick though. First boundary of the run chase, score moves on to 21, and that boundary will just settle some nerves in the dugout. It'll make Murli feel good about himself. This time he plays it pretty late, and it's back to back boundaries for Murali. This time through the offside, and look at the way he has elegantly played that. Opens the face of the bat ever so slightly, and just manages to find the gap, pierces it between backward point and point region, and gets another boundary. And Murli Hamani is on a roll now. Score moves on to 25. They're now getting a bit of a move on. Now on the leg side, oh, that's a terrible ball. But fortunately, the fine leg fielder was there. It was a lot finer. So she was able to stop that because that ball was heading towards the boundary. Could have been a disaster for Preetham. And that's what pressure can do to you. You got hit for two consecutive boundaries, and all of a sudden you lose a little bit of confidence, you lose a little bit of control. Width on offer, a lot wider this time outside off stump, and make it two consecutive wides from Preetham in this over. Nicely played on the back foot, but straight to the fielder there. Gets beaten past the outside edge of his bat. Murli Hamani looking to play away from his body on that occasion. Comprehensively gets beaten. Last ball of the fourth over, very productive over this for the yellow, and it will be another boundary. And what a finish to this over! Murli has really put the foot on the gas, and certainly he has made Preetham pay big time in this over. Little bit of width on offer, slightly back of a length, and look at the way he has absolutely caressed that through point region, beating the fielder as well, and a good finish to the over. Expensive one from Preetham. It's 31 for none after four. So they've certainly got a start now. Murli Amani hitting three consecutive boundaries to get his innings off the ground. Viva has to start catching up. Anup running into ball. And the same story. Getting beaten past the outside edge of her bat. Her feet not really moving that confidently. She's not looked confident while facing deliveries outside off stump. Plays it on the back foot. Hits it straight to the fielder at point. Nicely balled, excellent area, and Vibha has managed to get that into the gap. Will she come back for the second? No, she does not, and that's what she needs to do proactively. If you're not quite able to hit the boundaries, just rotate the strike and ensure that Murli gets most of the strike because he's hit three boundaries in the last over, and he could really be on a roll. He's got to start. Plays it from the crease. Defended on that occasion. This is turning out to be a much controlled over from Anup. We've talked about how erratic the bowling was from Paint Panthers. Yes, there were no runs off the bat in the first two overs, but then there were lots of extras and no balls, and the line was very wayward. Now Anup has bowled much better. Once again, keeping it really full at the stumps. Murli Hemani doing the right thing, not going after those kind of deliveries. And also, what you need to do as a batter is that you'll also need to select which deliveries to attack, which deliveries to go after. Can't be attacking every ball. Now he's put that into the gap. How elegantly he has placed that on the leg side. Beautiful shot. Let's have a look at the replay. Slightly short of a length delivery. And that boundary has just ruined Anoop's over. Could have been a brilliant one. But look at that. Excellent placement. Just beating the fielder at square leg. And when you can play shots like these, you should really bat up the order and take most of the strike if possible. After five, it's 36 for none. Pritham to continue. His second over was very expensive. Starts off well, very close to being called a wide. Gets away with it though. Didn't really look very comfortable against that ball. That's a wide, possibly, maybe not. He was going for the wide Yorker, Pritham there, and he gets it right. Had it been few inches towards the offside, then that would have been a wide. Now, Vibha needs to ensure that she picks up a single the next delivery and brings Murali on strike. They need the men in yellow, color Cavaliers, need Murali to be at the crease and take as much strike as possible. Nicely defended, and she's managed to place that into the gap. Just guides it to backward point, but does not take the single. And at the moment, they need singles. They need to ensure that the scoreboard moves along nicely. Because after every over, the required run rate will only keep climbing. Last ball of the over. And a brilliant finish from Pritham. It's a maiden over, the first maiden over of the run chase. An excellent recovery after being expensive in his last over. It's 36 for none after 6. And we have just seen the first bowling change of the run chase. Vasudev introduced into the attack for the first time. Now Vasudev will be hoping that he picks up a few wickets up front, and could he be the man to provide Paint Panthers with their first breakthrough in this match? We'll have to wait and see. And at the moment he's got the ball in his hand, keeper standing up. I get a feeling he'll ball spin. So early signs of spin, early in the run chase. Nicely balled, good bit of flight there, inviting Murli to play the ball on the front foot. That's when you create opportunities as a spinner. When you pitch the ball up, invite the batter to play it on the front foot. Leg spinners are a very handy commodity to any side. And now you can see all of a sudden the scoring rate has just dropped. We've seen 8 consecutive dot balls. And now you can sense that there will be a little bit of pressure on both Murli and Vibha. We've not seen any run in the past 9 deliveries, 9 consecutive dot balls on the bounce. Oh, this is close. This is close. Oh, he's probably suggesting Murli that he got some bat on that one, but it certainly looked like a good shout. Looking to play it on the back foot. It's pretty straight delivery though, and I think possibly there was some bat involved, which is what saved him in the end. Oh, misses out on the sweep. 5 consecutive dot balls, no run in the last 11 balls. We'll have a look at the replay. Ball possibly pitching outside leg, brushed his gloves, and he could have easily played it back on the stumps. He could have chopped it back onto his stumps. He's lucky that he got away with it. Nicely flighted and defended back to the bowler. So Vasudev starts off with a maiden, and we have seen two back-to-back maidens in this run chase. So some pressure being applied by the Paint Panthers bowlers. It's 36 for none after 7. So another bowling change. Abhishek Padhe into the attack for the first time. And this is some real pressure building now on colored Cavaliers. They were starting to accelerate, and then all of a sudden, their innings has sort of come to a halt, I would say. All of a sudden, things have slowed down, and we've seen 13 deliveries. 13 deliveries have gone by without a run. Now, has she found the gap? Oh, beautifully played. And into the gap, first boundary for Vibha after such a sluggish start. After facing numerous dot deliveries, she manages to get the placement right, and there was a lot of skill and class involved in that shot. The way she opened the face of her blade, I think it was looked really good to the eye. The way she executed that shot, not an easy shot to play, especially against a bouncy ball, against a pacey delivery. Down the leg side will have to be re-balled wide, and that's what a boundary can do to you as a bowler. It can just dent your confidence a little bit, and you just start doing too many different things. Much fuller this time, little bit of room on offer, and Vibha was struggling against that delivery. She has struggled all day long against deliveries that have been pitched outside off stump. She's not been able to get her feet moving to deliveries that are fuller and a lot wider outside her reach. She'll have to probably come up with a better technique to tackle those kind of deliveries. Oh, this time I think it goes past the inside edge of her bat, completely bamboozled on that occasion. Nicely played, deft touch, guides it to deep third and takes a single. Now Vibha is starting to look good. She is very, very slow to get her innings off the ground, but now slowly but surely she's able to rotate the strike. She's able to get the runs for her side. So last ball of the over, and Murli plays it late but can't quite pierce the gap there. Will steal a single, and that'll be the end of the over. It's 43 for none after 8. So Vasudev has started off really well with the maiden, looked very probing, asked all the difficult questions to the batters, and he starts his second over on a positive note as well. Seven consecutive dot balls from him. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. Almost chips it straight down the throat of the bowler there. Now Murli and Vibha will need to come up with a better game plan to tackle Vasudev. You cannot allow him to settle into a rhythm. He is settling into a very nice rhythm and he's bowling excellent areas and the length has been ideal. He's getting a little bit of turn off the surface and now some issue with the ball. Umpire taking his own little time to get this issue sorted. Much fuller this time. Another good delivery, a delightful delivery, and safely negotiated by Murli Hamani, playing it on the front foot, being very watchful while defending the ball. Oh, now that's a freebie. A low full toss, but straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket. That could have been very costly, and after bowling 10 consecutive dot balls, Vasudev has conceded a run. That was a freebie, that was a gift which was not capitalized by Murli. He hit that powerfully but straight to the fielder in the deep, so not a lot of damage done. So this is a decent start from Color Cavaliers. Cut away this time, slightly uppish. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. There was a third man in position, but he was well wide of the ball and a boundary to start the 10th over. Abhishek Padhai under some pressure. We'll take a look at the shot. Little bit of room on offer, slightly shorter in length, and look at the way he's pounced onto that one. Just an elegant touch, just a deflection, I would say. Not a lot of power behind that shot, but there was sheer timing and placement involved in that shot. Score moves on to 48. Required run rate just under 8. 165 needed in 125. That's the equation. But this is a good start, and Color Cavaliers have done well not to lose a wicket in the first 10 overs. Scoring rate could have been a touch better, I feel, but I think they'll take it any day. This is a good start from them, an ideal start, I would say. A controlled start to the run chase. But they can't be lagging too far behind. Oh, now then, there's a shout, there's an appeal. And, well. Murli Hamani was certainly in a lot of trouble. I think the ball may have hit the bat because it was pretty straight. It was heading towards the stumps. No questions about it. Was there some bat involved? It's always hard to tell. Not an easy decision as well from the umpire. But Murli Amani just manages to survive. That's a good ball from Abhishek Padhai. Now a lot wider. Will it be a wide though? No, deemed a legal delivery. The last two balls of this over. Probably a little too late to react to that one. Murali Hamani was looking to play the drive through the offside, just tentative enough, I would say. Was not totally committed to that shot. That's why he missed out. Last ball of this over. So not a lot of damage done after that four, and the over ends well. So Padhai has done really well to close out the over after being hit for a four first ball. It's 48 for none after 10. So Raghav with the ball in hand, he comes into the attack. Green Panthers looking for the first breakthrough. Can Raghav deliver it? Starts off with a wide across to the offside. Nicely defended. Slightly uppish from Vibha. She's got to be careful. You don't want to poke your bat at deliveries like these and easily chip it down the throat of a fielder closer to you. Now she plays that one very late, but straight to the fielder at short third. Can't get off strike. Well balled and well played by Vibha. Very, very watchful. Playing it very late under her eye line. This time she turns it away on the leg side. Was there some bat involved? They have to hurry really. And they do eventually. That single will bring up the 50 for Color Cavaliers. 50 for no loss after 10.4. Not a bad start by any means, but they've got to just accelerate a little bit. Required run rate over 8. Punches it through point, and point fielder was on the edge of the circle. Could have taken a single. Decide not to. Last ball of the 11th. Pulls it away on the leg side. Is it into the gap? No, there's a sweeper in the deep. Keeps it down to just a single. And that will take us to the end of the over. It's 51 for none after 11. Another bowling change made by Paint Panthers. Krishan Naveen has got the ball in his hand. Required run rate above 8.5. So now it's really creeping up. It's getting into the uncomfortable territory for the men in yellow. Bowls it a lot slower. Good start from Krishan Naveen. It's a decent delivery first ball. And I think something may have happened. I think it's Murli who has stepped on the stumps. Possibly it's a hit wicket. We'll have to we'll have to take another look at it from a different angle. Probably that will give us a much better idea. But that's a wicket and time for Paint Panthers to regroup a little bit. Yes, indeed a wicket first ball, and certainly you don't expect that when you run into ball a wicket first ball, and that too in a very bizarre way. Murli got dismissed. He went so far back in his crease that he managed to step on the leg stump, and I'm afraid he had to be on his way back. So first wicket for Paint Panthers. So the opening partnership has been broken. And some respite for the Panthers. So Krishan Naveen has picked up a wicket, and that wicket has now brought Gautam Raj out to the middle. And he was completely deceived in the last ball, playing down the wrong line. Ball just holding its line just a little bit. Nicely driven through extra cover, but can't quite get it into the gap. Oh, a little too wide, just beyond his reach. And that ball will have to be rebowled by Krishan Naveen. Nicely tossed up, well ball and well played as well, but not into the gap. Another dot ball in this over. Plays it away on the leg side, but hitting it straight to the fielder. That is what Gautam Raj has been doing. He's faced four deliveries and he's hit all of them straight to the fielder. Just can't place it in the gap. Frustrating times, some nerves as well. He's not opened his account and once again plays a lovely looking drive but straight to Raghav at cover. End of the over. A fine over from Krishan Naveen comes to an end. It's 52 for 1 after 12. So Raghav to continue. He bowled a tidy first over, only conceding 3 runs. Nicely tossed up. A little too full from Raghav. Vibha drives, but just could not get the placement right. Oh, she is chopped it onto her stumps. Vibha was starting to look good after a sluggish start. She was getting some move on, but she'll be extremely gutted with herself after spending almost an eternity. She's been removed by Raghav. Raghav picks up his first wicket of the match. Look at that lovely little flight, lot of air on it, and Vibha just chops it back onto her stumps, and the leg stump has been rattled. Let's have a look at the wicket from another angle. Nothing wrong with the delivery at all. Vibha on that occasion was very tentative with her stroke play. And the second wicket falls in quick succession. It's 52 for 2. Now Lagan, he's got some work to do, and he's got a serious task on his shoulders. And Color Cavaliers have just slipped from 48 for none to 52 for 2 in the space of 2 overs. Chips it in the air, could be another wicket. Oh, possibly not. Just wide of the fielder at mid on. Aerial shot, a risky shot from Lagan first up. You don't want to play shots like that, especially at the start of your innings when you're not settled. There's a lot of risk involved in that shot. Much better this. Much better shot from Lagan this time around, keeping the ball along the carpet. Positive looking drive. Couldn't get the placement right, but positive shot nevertheless. Cuts it on the back foot. This time around, he finds the gap and he'll open his account with a single. Now, with Vibha back in the hut, we can expect some acceleration from Color Cavaliers. Look at the scoring rate, it has dipped to 4.13. They were getting a bit of a move on, runs were coming thick and fast, and then all of a sudden, a few quiet overs, and then two back to back breakthroughs for Paint Panthers. And it'll possibly be a single to finish the 13th over. Single it is. It's 160 needed in 102 balls. 53 for 2 is the score after 13 overs. Well, that's a wicket for the spinner. And Gautam Raj, after facing 10 deliveries, the pressure was really building and he had to take the aggressive option. And he'll absolutely be gutted with the way he has thrown it away big time. And Krishan Naveen gets his second wicket. Could be a game-changing spell from him. He now has figures of 2 for 2 in 2 overs. That's a bit of a coincidence. It's 54 for 3 after 14. I think the players will just head for a short refreshment break because we've reached the halfway stage of the run chase, and clearly there are no two ways about it. Paint Panthers are well on top. They've got 3 wickets, they've kept the run flow down, and Color Cavaliers have just not been able to accelerate. Nicely tossed up this from Ronit, who's bowling his first over. Starts off with a dot ball. Nicely defended on the front foot. Just clips that one away on the leg side. And another dot ball. Now the dot ball percentage increasing after the fall of 3 wickets. And Lagan, we all know how capable he is. He's a fine batsman given his age. Now he's rocked onto the back foot and he's punched that really hard, but not hard enough, straight into the hands of the fielder in the deep. Plays it straight back to the bowler there. Good delivery, a very teasing delivery from Ronit. A lot of flight on that occasion. Oh, that one keeps very low. And Ghoshal does really well to get some bat on it. Otherwise, it would have been all over for him. That ball was heading towards the timber. This is turning out to be a brilliant first over from Ronit. And oh, possibly a chance of a stumping there, which Dwight may have missed. But end of the over. A brilliant start from Ronit with the ball in this match at the halfway stage. Color Cavaliers are struggling at 55 for 3. At this stage, uh, Paint Panthers are certainly struggling. Corrections, the other way around. Paint Panthers well on top. It's Color Cavaliers. The men in yellow struggling big time, and they've simply lost all the impetus. They've lost all the impetus, and they've clearly lost the direction. They're going nowhere in this run chase, and they need something out of the ordinary to sort of get themselves out of this hole. But I'm sure the men in yellow, men in blue, Paint Panthers would have been very relieved during the drinks break. They'll probably be just thinking to themselves, let's go through the motions and keep picking timely wickets, and that will keep them in business. They are already in business. They just have to close out this run chase or this innings. Just 15 overs to go. Required 100 over 10 now. So this is already looking quite tricky for the Cavaliers. Now we'll see another bowling change after the drinks break. Aryan comes into the attack. Right arm medium pace bowler. And Lagan cuts it hard, but straight to the fielder at cover. That will be a wide, and Aryan will have to bowl that again. Much better this time around, a little straighter. Lagan just could not get that away. At the moment, Paint Panthers are just comfortably placed, going through the motions, and these singles and these extras will not hurt them that much unless they don't concede a boundary. They'll be pretty relieved. Punch down the ground, and Lagan has had no timing whatsoever. He was just kicking himself a few seconds ago that he missed out. That was a half tracker which could have been put away. And this pretty loopy delivery almost yorked himself there. Lagan, even Lagan struggling to get his timing right. He's faced 12 balls and has only scored 3 runs. So his timing has also been pretty awful in today's match. And now there's an appeal. There's an appeal. There's excitement. However, the keeper was very, very excited. He probably heard that there was something. Let's have a look at the replay. Now, it's hard to tell from that angle, but the ball was seriously close to the bat, and that will not be the end of the over. You'll have to reball that. We've already seen a lots of extras, and we expect to see many more. It happens a lot in age group tournaments. Bowler is not consistent enough, and this will be the end of the over. Just 3 runs coming off it. A tidy start from Aryan. It's 58 for 3 after 16. So Ronit to continue. Oh, that's a lovely delivery. Goes through the gate and passes over the stumps as well. Now he's pleading with the umpire. Oh, just goes through the gate. Certainly missed the stumps, but he did drag his back foot out of his crease. There could have been a chance of stumping. There could have been a case of stumping there. And that was a very nervy moment. Koshal Krishna must be thanking his stars that he got away with it, managed to survive that ball. Just could not get that away. Ball turning into Goshal Krishna on that occasion. Oh, that's a top delivery. That's a top class delivery from Ronit. How did that miss the stumps? Goshal Krishna played all around it, went on to the back foot when he really should have been forward and just narrowly misses the top of the stumps as well. Nicely played, driven down the ground, but it will find the fielder. So pressure building with every dot delivery. We have seen probably 10 dot balls in a row now. Uses his feet this time. Couldn't get the elevation, couldn't get the distance either. Was looking to hit it down the ground, but all he could do was hit it square of the wicket to the offside. Still no runs in the past 2 overs or so. Last ball of the 17th, and it'll be a dot ball, a maiden from Ronit, and it's 58 for 3 after 17. So it's pretty clear the runs have dried up. Boundaries are hard to come by. We've not seen any run off the bat in the past 2 overs. Yes, a few extras have helped them, but no runs off the bat, and the scoring rate has absolutely dried up. These are hard times for the men in yellow. Now he's hit that powerfully on the leg side, and finally Lagan managed to get hold of it. A loose delivery, a juicy full toss, which was asking to be hit, and Aryan pays a very heavy price for that, for bowling that delivery. It was a juicy, gentle full toss, and Lagan was simply not going to miss out on those. We all know he's an exceptional batter, and a good comeback delivery. Good comeback delivery from Aryan. He had his hands up in the air. Few overs, and we missed some action. But certainly, looking at the current score line, uh, Color Cavaliers are struggling. Lagan is still battling it out, but they're losing wickets and they're losing overs. Nicely driven, nicely struck, but straight to the fielder. Just couldn't get it past the fielder there. Frustration for Lagan.